up, y'all? Well, I'm working on the Z today. Uh, I'm chasing a sudden stall problem. As in it'll run fine for a little while, then all of a sudden it'll just turn off. As you can see, I already did a fuel pressure test, and it's fine. It's a little low, but not low enough to where it causes an issue. That might be just because of a dirty fuel filter, which I got to replace. I changed the igniter because that was suggested, saying that could cause an issue. It didn't fix the problem. All that it is just one cable right here and one little bolt on the bottom. And just take the old one out, put the new one in, plug it in. Not a real big deal. So I hooked the vacuum gauge up to it. I'm getting like 23 inches of mercury, which is pretty freaking good for an old engine like this. So only thing I can think of is a bad crank angle sensor, and that's inside of the distributor. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull these wires off, pull this cable off, take off this bolt, and pull the distributor out. There's a single plug on the bottom of it. That's the crank angle sensor. You kind of see it right there. That's the plug I need to get. And I gotta take apart the whole distributor to get to it too. Not that hard. The hardest part will be trying to get the part that drives the rotor off, so you get the sensor and the reluctor wheel out. That would be the hardest part, but that's what I got to do. I got a new one to put in there, so I'm hoping that fixes the problem. I also tested the alternator if that was charging, which it was, because when the engine was cutting out, everything else was still on. Nothing else turned off or anything. It was just the engine. So an electrical problem I was not expecting, because if there was a problem like a cable coming off the battery or whatnot, everything would just die. But since that's not the issue, I'm gonna have to figure that out real quick. So pull that out, and I'm gonna get it all apart. Alrighty, so I took the cap off. I just removed the back wires. They pretty much labeled they need to go. Even then, at least my wires are labeled. So, and same thing with the cap. So you just match the wires up to the thing, and it lets you know where to go. Otherwise, you could label them yourself. But sometimes when you take these caps off, this is, well, more than likely when you take off these caps, this is going to be in the wrong area, wrong position. Like, this screw is back here. There's no way for me to get a wrench in. So I just bumped the starter a little bit till it's aligned enough to where I could get it out. And yeah, pretty much what you want to do is mark where the orientation is on the distributor to the base of it, then take note of the orientation. Although another thing you could do is, like I said, still mark the position of the distributor to the engine, then just raise it to top dead center, which I don't know if this is near top dead center or not. I think it might be just past, but that's pretty much what you do. Looking the way it is, I'm wondering if I even need to take this whole thing out. I wonder if I just unscrew this plate and everything will just come out like that. Kind of hoping that's the way. I don't feel like fighting it, but see how it goes. But yeah. So I'll see you in the next clip once I get it all disassembled. Alrighty, so I got this plate off. It's just a couple Phillips head screws, and I'm got the center shaft loops. This whole thing is what drives the rotor, and it also holds down the reluctor wheel right there, or the dizzy, depending on what you want to call it. And this screw tends to get stuck, so honestly I kind of suggest you use a small impact, not one of the big old ones that you plug into the wall, but just a small impact, or a really good screwdriver with plenty of downward force. Because if you strip this screw out, you're pretty much then you'll have to get a new distributor. Technically the same thing with these, but the fortunate thing about these is that there's plenty of space around there to get a pair of vice grips on, where you kind of grab a hold of it and crank it. But yeah. However, good news is I don't have to remove the whole distributor. It looks like I could just pull these 3 screws out, and of course the center thing, and then the whole thing will come out. But this is the crank sensor, and it actually looks fairly new too. So that could be what I think. This is why I'm having running issues, a set install issue. But basically, let's get it all loosened up. There it is, and then this just comes out, lifts out. Just be very gentle, not to bend it too much. If you bend that, it's gonna mess up the crank signal. And these 2 things got to come out one at a time, because they're kind of locked onto each other. But I take a little thin screwdriver and get underneath this and just kind of gently persuade it out. Same thing with this part right here. This one right here, this bigger one, is going to be the hard one to get out. Get this thing to focus on it. I hate this phone. But yeah, this center one right here will be the hard one to get out. But this black thing right here is what you're after. So let me get that out, and I'll see you in the next clip once I have it all disassembled. Okay, see you in a minute. So I got it out, and it's literally just, once you get the 3 screws undone, same issue. They tend to round off. Just make sure you got a good set of tools. And this literally just unplugs, because this connector is screwed into the base of this distributor. So that makes things a lot easier. So yeah, you do not have to remove the distributor. You just gotta get into the cap, which makes keeping this thing on time a lot much more easier. But yeah, this part right here, like I said, is a little stiff coming in and out of there. What I did was I took 2 flathead screwdrivers, pry bars might be a little bit better, and get it underneath there and just gently work it. It will come out. Another thing you might want to do is probably use a little bit of heat, kind of get this to expand a little bit. Because all it is just a little bit of like glue and corrosion, just causing it to stick. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And this is the crank sensors. This is the old one. Then I don't immediately see anything wrong with it, but small electronics, who knows? Especially considering that it's open right there at the bottom. So I got the new one right here. So I'm trying to see if I can find a part number on it, but I don't really see one, unless that's it right there, but I kind of doubt it. But yeah, this is just one from O'Reilly's, because the O'Reilly's, you know, they got the next day shipping, or you pick it up in the store without going. One thing I hate about part stores is all the stores like Advance and AutoZone or whatnot, you could get it next day in store, but you have to go into the store to get it. Where O'Reilly's lets you do it online to go into the store. It's weird. But yeah, I just got this from O'Reilly's, so I kind of prefer O'Reilly's anyway. They seem to have a lot of the stuff I need for this car specifically, where some of the other stores don't. But yeah, as you see, it's closed at the bottom, so that'll probably keep corrosion out of it, unlike this one where it's open. So I don't know what the deal with that is. And other than some little cosmetic things, it's the same part. So literally just gotta put this in, plug it in, and do the everything you did, put it in reverse. And hopefully this will solve my sudden install issue. I already took a video of it happening, so I'll put that video at the end of this video. I'll put that clip at the end of this video. That way you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, let me get this new piece installed and everything put back together. Then I'll change the fuel filter. Then I'll do see how it runs. Who knows? Maybe this might make it run a little bit better. I mean, this car runs beautifully, but every once in a while I hear a little bit of a miss, and it's a little slow. But who knows? This right here might fix that. I mean, changing the igniter does seem to make it start up a little bit easier, but who knows? So anyway, let me pull this back together because I'm starting to ramble on more than what I should. Anyway, I'll see when everything gets put back together and I get ready to pull that fuel filter out. You guys, I got the distributor put back together. I'm getting ready to put the fuel filter in and also wire it up normally. But this is the fuel filter. There, that's the part number, and it looks like it's a Wix brand, so should be a good one. Also bought this out of O'Reilly's. So that's it. Yeah, there's a little tiny filter. It's I guess it's enough for this relatively big engine. Oh, well, I guess if it works, it works. Model of Japan. I don't think this is made in Japan. Yeah, made in Taiwan. So whatever. Anyway, let me get this filter in. All it is normally is just a clamp on top, clamp on the bottom, a clamp on the side, and it's just a Phillips head. So try to do it before you even try turning the engine on. That way there's no pressure in the system. Right now it looks like I got like 5 pounds in there, so it's going to squirt a little bit. But if you do it with the system's empty, it will leak a little bit, but it won't squirt out. So that's something to keep an eye out. Also try to do it with the engine's cold. That way if the fuel does squirt or leak, it doesn't cause a fire. So let me get this thing in and get it set up where it's supposed to be, and then I'll be able to see if it stays running or it stalls out on me. Anyway, let me get this done real quick and I'll be right back to you, and I'll close out the video. Alrighty guys, so I got the new fuel filter in. Biggest thing is double check your connections, because these clamps kind of suck. They are technically supposed to be one-time use only, but you know, so is pretty much every other hose clamp on the vehicle. So I'm gonna do is cycle the key a couple times to 1, build up pressure, and 2, check for leaks before I crank it over. And once I verify that there's no leaks, then I'm gonna start it up and let it warm up. Then I'm gonna see if it cuts out on me, because for some reason when I let it idle, it won't cut out. But if I raise the RPM between 2,000 to 3,000, somewhere in there, that's when it will cut out. Anyway, let me go get this. Let me go make sure these hoses don't leak or pop off on me or anything. Then I'll fire it up and show you all the end product. Alrighty guys, so I've ran the car for about 5 minutes at 2,500 RPM, and it seemed fine. It still had a little bit of the missing sound to it, but it's an old car, so I kind of expect that. But yeah, I'm gonna take it around the block a couple times, see how it is. Varying the RPM, but I think I fixed it. idling really good. I mean, it's warm now. It's sitting here. But yeah, I think that's it. Job well done. Like I said, I'm gonna take it around the block a couple times and see how it is. And that will pretty much verify it for sure. Well, yeah. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna give y'all an update once that's all done. Well, I just drove it around for like 15 minutes, and the car did fine. That crank sensor was the problem. So it's a job well done. So y'all know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. My username will be in the description. Be safe, have fun, and don't forget to tip your waitress. Y'all enjoy your day.